All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're getting up close with one of Africa's most remarkable critters, the totally fascinating baboon spider.
I mean, just look at this thing. A lot of people get the heebie-jeebies from spiders, I get it. But you can't deny the stunning colors and crazy details on this one. It's actually a pretty charismatic animal, and we're about to find out exactly what makes it so special.
Okay, so first things first, the name. Baboon Spider. Kind of weird, right? It immediately makes you picture a totally different animal. So what's the story there? Where did that name even come from?
So yeah, why are they called baboon spiders? You might think, well, they're big and hairy, just like a baboon, and you're not totally wrong. That's part of it. But the real reason is way more specific, and it's all about the tiny details.
So check this out. The name actually comes from a pretty wild similarity. If you look at the last two parts of a baboon spider's leg, they've got these soft, dark pads. They're called scapulae, and they look almost exactly like the pads on a baboon's fingers. And there you have it. That's how they got the name.
All right, so now that we know about the name, let's talk about where this spider lives. You see, unlike a lot of spiders that spin those big, open webs, this one is a master of underground construction, a true architect.
Get ready for this number. 1. That's it. That's how many burrows a baboon spider builds in its entire life. Just 1. It builds this home, and that's its home for good, which, as you can imagine, makes that single burrow pretty darn important.
And here's a look at that one and only home. This isn't just some random hole in the ground. No way. It's this really clever boot-shaped burrow that can go down about 30 centimeters. The coolest part? The whole tunnel is lined with super strong silk. That silk basically reinforces the walls, keeping everything safe and stable inside.
And the clever design doesn't stop there. The silk lining gives it strength, and they even put a little silk cap over the entrance to keep out rain and dust. But here's the catch. This amazing home is totally irreplaceable. If that burrow gets destroyed, the spider just can't build another one. Its survival is literally tied to that one spot.
So that burrow is way more than just a house. It's actually the command center for its hunting strategy. See, baboon spiders don't go out chasing their food. They are absolute masters of the ambush. These guys are strictly nocturnal. During the day, they're tucked away deep inside that burrow. But when the sun goes down, that's when they get to work. And their whole strategy can be summed up in one word: patience.
The game plan is simple, but man, is it effective. Step 1, the spider just waits, right at the entrance of its burrow. Step 2, the second an unsuspecting insect or even a small lizard wanders by, bam, it pounces with unbelievable speed. And step 3, it drags its meal right back down into the safety of the burrow to eat. It's the perfect, low-risk, high-reward attack.
So, how can it be such an effective survivor? Well, a lot of it comes down to its incredible anatomy. Let's take a closer look at how this spider's body is just perfectly built for this underground lifestyle.
Okay, so like all spiders, you've got two main body parts. Up front is the cephalothorax. You can think of that as its head and chest all fused together. And in the back, you have the abdomen. Now, at the front, you'll see its big, powerful fangs, and also a special pair of arms called pedipalps.
So, let's break that down a bit more. It's got the 8 hairy legs, obviously. But what's really unique about this type of spider is its fangs. They strike downwards, almost like daggers. And those pedipalps we mentioned, they work kind of like little hands, helping the spider feel what's around it and get a really good grip on its prey.
All right, now for what might be one of the baboon spider's most surprising talents. When this thing feels threatened, it doesn't just try to bite. It can actually make a sound, a hissing sound. But how does a spider hiss?
Yeah, it's not like it has lungs or anything. The sound is made through a process called stridulation. It's pretty cool. They rub these special feathery bits on their mouth parts together really fast, and it creates this super distinct hissing noise. And let me tell you, it's a very effective way to say, hey, back off.
Okay, let's wrap up by looking at the life of a baboon spider. It's a really interesting journey, defined by slow growth, an amazingly long life, and, well, a pretty strong preference for being alone.
Now, this is wild. There is a huge difference in lifespan between males and females. The males live for about 5 years, which is respectable, but the females, they're one of the longest living spiders on the planet. They can live for up to 30 years. Isn't that incredible?
And for pretty much all of that long life, a baboon spider is completely alone. This quote really nails it,
Being a spider usually means being solitary. Other than a really brief and pretty risky meeting to mate, they are on their own from the second they leave their mom's burrow.
So if we're talking about them, what do we call them? Well, it's pretty straightforward. A male is just a male, a female is a female, and a baby is called a spiderling. And you know how you have a flock of birds or a herd of deer? There's no special name for a group of baboon spiders, probably because, they pretty much never hang out in groups.
So when you put it all together, despite how tough they look, baboon spiders aren't aggressive monsters at all. They're actually pretty chill, mysterious animals that would much rather just be left alone to live their quiet, solitary lives.
The baboon spider is just such a brilliant example of a creature that's perfectly suited for its world. And it really leaves you with a final thought, doesn't it? The next time you see any spider, maybe in your garden or your garage, just take a second to wonder, what kind of amazing abilities, what incredible life story is hiding in plain sight? Thanks for digging into this with me.